Have you ever watched the Olympics and just been blown away by the sheer speed of the sprinters? Especially those from Africa or of African descent. It's like they have rocket boosters in their shoes. For decades, athletes with roots in West Africa have absolutely dominated the world of sprinting. We're talking about legends like Usain Bolt from Jamaica, whose ancestors came from West Africa, and countless others from the United States and the Caribbean. It's a pattern that's impossible to ignore. So, what's the secret? Is it something in the water? A special training method? Or is there something deeper going on? Something written in their very DNA? Today, we're diving deep into the science and culture behind this incredible athletic prowess. We'll explore everything from genetics and body mechanics to the powerful social factors that create champions. This isn't about stereotypes, it's about celebrating and understanding human potential at its peak. So, lace up your running shoes and let's get into it. First, let's talk about genetics. This can be a sensitive topic, but it's a fascinating piece of the puzzle. Scientific research has pointed to some interesting biological advantages. One of the most talked about is the ACTN3 gene, often called the speed gene. A specific variant of this gene, the RR variant, is linked to producing a protein called alpha-actinin 3. This protein is found exclusively in fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are the muscles we use for explosive, powerful movements like sprinting and jumping. Think of them as the V8 engine of your muscles. Studies have shown that elite power athletes, including sprinters, are significantly more likely to have this RR variant. And guess what? This variant is found more frequently in populations with West African ancestry. Now, it's crucial to understand this isn't a win button. Having the gene doesn't automatically make you a champion. But it does give you a biological head start, a higher potential for developing that explosive power needed to burst out of the starting blocks. It's not just about one gene, though. The human body is way more complex than that. Another key factor is body composition and mechanics. Elite sprinters often share a particular body type. They tend to have longer legs relative to their torso, slimmer hips, and what's called a higher center of gravity. This physique is essentially a biomechanical dream for sprinting. Longer legs mean a longer stride, allowing them to cover more ground with each step. A higher center of gravity can also contribute to a more efficient running form, reducing the energy needed to propel the body forward. It's like having a perfectly designed racing car chassis. Additionally, some studies suggest that sprinters of West African descent tend to have a higher ratio of fast-twitch to slow-twitch muscle fibers. While slow-twitch fibers are great for endurance, like marathon running, fast-twitch fibers are all about that explosive speed. It's a combination of these physical traits, a genetic lottery if you will, that creates the ideal blueprint for a world-class sprinter. But hold on, before we give all the credit to genetics, let's be clear, biology is only part of the story. A Ferrari engine is useless without a skilled driver and a great support team. This is where culture, opportunity, and sheer hard work come into play. In countries like Jamaica and in many communities within the United States, track and field isn't just a sport. It's a way of life. It's woven into the fabric of their culture. Think about the famous champs in Jamaica, the National High School Track and Field Championships. It's a massive event, televised nationally, with stadiums packed with tens of thousands of screaming fans. Young athletes are treated like rock stars. This creates an incredibly powerful pipeline. From a very young age, kids who show a glimmer of talent are identified, celebrated, and pushed to be the best. They see role models like Usain Bolt or Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and think, that could be me. This cultural emphasis creates a hyper-competitive environment. When you're constantly competing against the best of the best from the time you're a kid, you have to level up. The coaching is intense, the training is grueling, and the desire to win is palpable. This system breeds mental toughness and a deep understanding of the sport. It's a feedback loop. Success breeds more interest, which leads to better infrastructure and coaching, which in turn leads to more success. Furthermore, for some young athletes in these regions, sprinting is seen as a ticket to a better life, a university scholarship, a professional contract, a way to support their families. This powerful motivation, this hunger to succeed against all odds, cannot be measured by any genetic test, but its impact is undeniable. It's the fire in the belly that turns raw talent into legendary performance. So, we have the genetic potential and the powerful cultural infrastructure. What else is at play? Let's consider the historical and social context. The legacy of the transatlantic slave trade is a deeply complex and painful part of history, but some researchers have proposed a theory connected to it. The survival of the fittest theory suggests that the horrific conditions of the Middle Passage and slavery may have inadvertently selected for certain physical traits. Individuals who were physically stronger, more resilient, and perhaps had a higher metabolic efficiency were more likely to survive the journey and the brutal labor that followed. This is a highly controversial and debated theory, and it's impossible to prove definitively. However, it is presented as one possible contributing factor in the broader discussion about the concentration of certain genetic traits in specific populations. It's a somber reminder of how history can cast a long shadow, influencing populations in ways we are only beginning to understand. But let's shift our focus back to the track. When we combine all these elements, a clearer picture emerges. You start with a population that has a higher prevalence of genes linked to explosive power. You add to that a common physique that's biomechanically optimized for speed. Then, you immerse that raw potential into a culture that idolizes sprinters, provides a competitive pathway from a young age, and offers the sport as a genuine avenue for social mobility. What you get is the perfect storm for creating champions. It's not magic, and it's not a single secret. It's a complex interplay of nature and nurture, of genetic predisposition meeting opportunity and extreme dedication. Each factor amplifies the others. The talent pool is genetically rich, the cultural system is designed to find and polish that talent, and the social motivation provides the relentless drive to push beyond human limits. Let's look at the flip side for a moment. Why don't we see this same level of dominance from, say, East Africans in sprinting? It's the same principle, just with a different specialty. Athletes from countries like Kenya and Ethiopia are the undisputed kings and queens of long-distance running. Their physiology is often characterized by a leaner build, lower body mass, and a higher proportion of slow-twitch muscle fibers, making them incredibly efficient over long distances. Their high-altitude environment also helps their bodies become masters at using oxygen. Just like sprinting is a cultural obsession in Jamaica, distance running is a national passion in Kenya. It's another perfect example of how specific biological advantages, combined with a supportive cultural environment, lead to dominance in a specific field. It shows that excellence comes in many forms, shaped by a unique blend of genetics and environment. So, in the end, what's the real reason for this sprinting dynasty? The answer is that there isn't one single reason. It's a beautiful, complex mosaic of factors. It's the gift of genetics, providing the raw material for explosive speed. It's the science of biomechanics, the perfect physical framework for a runner. It's the power of culture, creating a system that identifies, nurtures, and celebrates talent from a young age. And most importantly, it's the unquantifiable human spirit, the hunger, the discipline, and the sheer force of will to be the fastest person on the planet. Attributing this incredible success to just one thing does a disservice to the athletes and the rich history behind them. It's a testament to how biology and environment can work together to produce something truly extraordinary. It's a story of potential meeting purpose, and it's a story that continues to unfold with every electrifying race. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of sports and science. See you next time.